Facts You Didn't Know About Nike. Welcome back to 13 Facts, the place for fact-based videos from around the world. We've got you covered because nobody will ever fool you again. Today, we present you 13 facts you didn't know about Nike. Well, let's get straight to the facts. Fact number 1. Early Nike prototypes were made from fish and kangaroo. Bowerman was University of Oregon track coach in the 1950s who disliked the design of track shoes. Aside from imported German designs, most sneakers offered poor support and didn't give runners what they needed in a shoe. Bowerman experimented with designs of his own, enlisting a local cobbler to educate him. He tried kangaroo leather, velvet, deer hide, and fish skin in early prototypes, using student track athlete Phil Knight as a guinea pig. Fact number 2. The company was formed for a college assignment. Knight attended the University of Oregon before moving on to Stanford in 1960. In one class, Knight was challenged to come up with a business plan. Assuming better shoes could be made more cost-efficiently in Japan, he proposed a footwear brand that used foreign labor and would be marketed to high school and college athletes. By 1964, Knight and Bowerman had conceived of and opened Blue Ribbon Sports, an import distributor of the Japanese Onitsuka Tiger track shoe. Bowerman took the goods and tweaked them for runners, and Knight sold them out of his car trunk. Fact number 3. The swoosh cost them just $35. When Knight felt Blue Ribbon needed a stronger brand identity, he reached out to a student at Portland State University, where he had been teaching accounting. Caroline Davidson agreed to work up some possible designs, including a check mark or swoosh that Knight could present to visiting Onitsuka executives in 1971. While Knight didn't love it, Blue Ribbon eventually settled on the logo and paid Davidson the agreed-upon fee of $35 for the work. Fact number 4. The logo came before the name. After acquiring the swoosh, Blue Ribbon was due for a name change. Knight loved to call the company Dimension 6, while others favored Bengal. Employees Jeff Johnson preferred Nike, the Greek goddess of victory. The name had come to him in his sleep and fit an article he had read on provocative brand names that included letters like Z and K. Knight didn't like it, but manufacturing deadlines forced him to come to a quick decision. Fact number 5. The first official Nike shoe was prone to disintegrating. The first sneaker to be sold with a logo and a company name was a football cleat in 1971. The shoe was manufactured in the warm climate of New Mexico, and the company hadn't thought to test it in more frigid temperatures. When athletes in winter conditions started using it, the sole quickly cracked in two. Nike was forced to offer most of the 10,000 pairs it produced for $7.95 as a closeout sale. Fact number 6. A waffle iron inspired a classic shoe. Bowerman was constantly on the hunt for sneaker designs that could improve traction and absorb energy. He was eating a waffle one day when he thought that the same grid pattern, only pushed forward instead of depressed, could be something useful. Bowerman poured urethane into his family's waffle maker but forgot the nonstick spray and glued it shut. The idea stuck, however. The Nike's waffle trainer became a hit in 1974. Fact number 7. The Beatles took them to court. In one of the earliest examples of a Beatles song being used in a commercial, Nike licensed Revolution for one of their Air Max sneaker ads in 1987. The band cried foul, saying that they don't peddle sneakers or pantyhose, and sued for $15 million. EMI Capital, which negotiated rights to the group's song catalog, maintained they had the ability to grant permission for the spot. Nike protested and continued to air the commercial before letting the campaign fade out in 1988. Fact number 8. Their slogan was inspired by a convicted killer. Before being shot to death by a firing squad in Utah in 1977, convicted murderer Gary Gilmore's last words were, "Let's do it." A decade later, Nike ad agency executive Dan Whitten recalled this story. while trying to think of a slogan for a new campaign. He wound up tweaking the words to "just do it," and the slogan stuck. Fact number 9. Their early odds weren't for everybody. Nike debuted their now famous slogan in 1987 ad campaign. One commercial featured triathlete Joan Ernst reciting the line and following it up with, "And it wouldn't hurt to stop eating like a pig either." The incendiary suggestion irritated female consumers who had long been ignored by Nike during the 1980s aerobics craze. The company later tweaked their demographic-specific ads to be less offensive, successfully growing their female consumer base from 13% in 1990 to 20% in 1991. Fact number 10. Michael Jordan's parents had to talk him into meeting with Nike. For much of his college and early professional career, Michael Jordan favored Adidas sneakers. When that company went through financial problems and was wavering over an endorsement offer, Jordan's agent, David Falk, urged him to meet with Nike. Jordan refused, insisting he wanted to stick with Adidas. It wasn't until the player's parents convinced him to follow Falk's advice that he flew to the company's headquarters in Oregon to finalize a deal in 1984. It would be the first time Jordan ever wore a pair of Nikes. Fact number 11. They make playground equipment. Recycled footwear can often wind up right back underneath your feet. The company's Reuse a Shoe program takes the raw materials from sneakers to create playground surfaces, track flooring, and gym floor tiles. A basketball court could use up to 2,500 pairs. Fact number 12. Nike owned Converse and Harley International. Converse is perhaps most famous for its Chuck Taylor shoes, which have been around since 1917. But what many investors may not know or remember is that Nike acquired the company in 2003 for just over $300 million. This was after Converse fell on hard times and was forced to file for bankruptcy. Harley International is another popular brand that focuses on the surfing and skateboarding community. The company was acquired by Nike in 2002 for an undisclosed amount, though it has been able to maintain a relatively strong separation from its parent company over the years. And lastly, fact number 13. Nike's most exclusive sneaker is $2 million. It's a bit of a steep jump from second to first position, but if you're thinking of spending $100,000 on a pair of sneakers anyway, then you may as well go one better. There had to be a day when a pair of sneakers were coated in 24K gold, and that day finally came when Drake collabed with Nike to make the solid gold OVO Air Jordan. They were created by American artist Matthew Senna, and each shoe weighs 50 labs. $2 million seems like a good deal with all things considered. Thank you for spending some time with us and watching our video. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss a video. If you have any other subject you would like to know more about, feel free to leave it for us in the comments. Now, subscribe and like this video for more. See you next time!